Well, hello everyone. Ben Buckland on Chamber Chats, and I know that you know that I'm not the important person, and she just blew in. I mean, it is a day to blow in. Jody is here, the Alva Chamber of Commerce co-director, along with Megan. It's the Megan and Jody show. This is Chamber Chats, and we're going to catch up on what's going on. I was just telling Jody that when I was going north coming up here, I started to set my speed control and didn't, but we continued to increase speed. I don't know what the wind speed is out there, but it is a force.
It is, and it's just been going. Like my son last night said, I think the wind died down. And I was like, I don't think it did. You're just not hearing it hit the house at this moment, is all that it is.
Yes, and wind is many things, most of them not terribly negative, but you really don't think about the damage that it does. I've lost a half a tree. You know, the trees on the farm, many of them are way old, so you know they're just doing the best they can do to get through the day, and half a tree is a conversation piece at least. I mean, you're going to notice it, but other than that, it's not a terribly good thing. And I don't have some of my shingles, but I have some of my neighbor's shingles. They're in my yard. He lives a mile away, so it's truly a force. We're okay with it if it'll blow in some rain.
Right, and I'm actually looking at the weather app now, and it shows wind today and then potential of rain through Sunday. So we'll see if that actually happens. Not that I'm the weather girl, but I just figured I'd throw that out there.
You can be the weather girl. You can. The last little dab that we had, I was talking on the phone with one of the gals that I'm on a board of director things with, and she said, I said, what's that noise? She said, I'm sitting out in my car. It's raining so hard that I'm afraid to get out of my car and run in. So I'm just going to wait here in the driveway, I guess. And it's really crashing around here. And now a little hail is starting. Now, my farm is 5 miles north of where she was sitting. She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm standing out in my front yard in total sunshine talking to you. So, and that day, she got an inch and an eighth, I think she said. I did not get enough to stir the dust on the vehicles.
It is crazy that you can just be a couple of miles apart and the amount of rain that you received is so different. And, you know, we're just not used to that much rain. And so sometimes we think we might melt, you know? I mean, we're not used to it hitting us. Like, it's not supposed to happen outside. It's just, I mean, it is supposed to happen outside, but you know, we're not supposed to we just get showered on inside of our house is what we're used to. We're not used to getting showered on outside.
True. So we have a paradigm shift now in all of our communities around, including, of course, the Alva community. Cade Kennedy, our producer director, and the guy in command right now as the SID of Northwestern OKC. Cade is telling me that up on the hill, school is out. Now, Cade, I recall coming up short in a class the year that I was supposed to, or eventually did, graduate, and I needed to take a class in summer school. So do we still have summer school at Northwestern?
We do. We have some athletes who do those classes to kind of help their schedule come along. Some kids just take them because, well, honestly, they have nothing else to do during the summer, and that'll help them get a head start on the next year. And then some of your grad students as well, some of those classes, such as the ones I have to take, are only offered in the summer.
Oh, really? What's only offered in the summer? Give me one example.
Well, one of them it's called facility management. It's one of the graduate classes I have to take, and you actually take field trips to Enid, Oklahoma City, all these places to see these arenas and other facilities and see how you take care of them properly.
that is a necessary and interesting and probably a pretty fun as a class, I would think.
Yeah, it's one of those that it's pretty tough to get into. A lot of people try to get into that one, so that'll be looking down the road at next year.
I see. I see. Give me another example of a summer class.
Well, we've got the Masters of Education ones are ones that I don't really know the names of them because they're one of those 15 different titles and words, if you want to say, but there's some ones where it's, your education and kind of adult learning theory and practice and stuff like that.
Well, my entry into summer school at Northwestern is not very glorious, but it's a short story. I needed 2 hours, so I took a class that met one time at 10 a.m. Wednesday. That's the only time it met. And I was doing pretty good, except one of my roommates, actually two, and I were riding down the boulevard here in my van, and one of them said, "I wonder what they're doing in Sausalito." And I don't know where that ever came from. I never did ask him, but we dropped out that day, and I became the announcer of Zach's Turtle Races, which is a bar at the end of the bridge there in Sausalito. So I had to take some more stuff in the actual year. It's just a story of my maturity. Or lack thereof. Back to Chamber Chats we go with Jody. What do you got, kid?
Well, I was just going to say, at least you're living life on adventure, and no regrets, right? You just keep on going.
I don't want to be sitting on the stoop or the porch of the nursing home and go, I wonder what would have happened if I would have gone ahead and done such and such. I need to get them all done.
That's right. Just go out there and do it. I did miss you on Friday, though. It was community coffee. I know early morning is not your thing, but we had community coffee last week out at the Salt Fork Event Center, and I was just thinking about that as Cade said he's looking into facility management and going around and touring different facilities. That facility is open. Salt Fork Event Center is there, and we all got to go get a tour of that. Eventually, the ribbon cutting will be coming, and more tours will be available as that comes about. But that all being said, there was a great turnout. But coming up, there is a Southern Plains Grassland Summit that's going to be out there at the Salt Fork Event Center. This is the first of its kind in Oklahoma, and it is bringing greater awareness of the importance of the Southern Plains to the broader public and support for agriculture producers, and it will be on May 27th through 29th. So it's going to be bringing quite a few people to town for those few days. Actually, that entire week, there's some people that are coming in early. There's going to be bus tours that are going to the Salt Plains Wildlife Refuge, Divine Water Plant, and Byron Fish Hatchery, and then another bus tour will travel to Southern Woods County and tour 3 legacy ranches. So this is just something that's coming up at the Salt Fork Event Center. And of course, that information will be available in our newsletter that goes out today. Every Monday around 4 o'clock is when we have that scheduled to post. So if you don't open up your email, this is the reminder to open up your email on Mondays so that you can check that out. And if you're not subscribed to that yet, alvaok.net is where you get subscribed to that. And of course, like I said, open it up and read it. But all that information is in there along with a lot of other information. There are some classes going on at the Tech Center this summer. And those are always, I love that the Tech not only gives you those classes where you can get like your higher education to complete a program or something like that, but it also has classes to help with business. It has classes to just that are fun things too. I think that they have all sorts of fun classes just to expand your skill sets. So check out what's going on at the Tech. I say that because we've got a Tech flyer in the newsletter as I am scrolling through that. And of course, I say newsgram You always got to pick that up on Wednesday because that has all of your local news in it. There's going to be a blood drive this week at Share Medical Center. Also at the Senior Citizen Center from 1 to 2:30, they are having manicures and mental wellness. So you can go check that out. It's hosted by Share Medical Center Senior Life Solutions. So, go check that out. Thursday this week, also a part of Senior Life Solutions. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, and relish the moment. Let's catch up on mental health together. That's what the flyer says. So this is going to be on Thursday at the Share Medical Center parking lot. Network at Night is this week. Now that's something that you might be able to hit up because it's not early morning, Ben. Network at Night, you go to Alva Beer Co. from 5 to 6:30, and this month is going to be put on by OSU Woods County Extension, and there's going to be garden talk at the Network at Night. It is that time of year, right? Got to get our gardens ready to go. I actually ran out to Atwoods this morning and saw all of their plants that they've got out there. So go pick those up. And then you mentioned to me earlier that you're going to have someone on the Rose and Ben show on Thursday talking about potential of new school. And on Saturday, I'm sure that he will mention this, but you're invited to site tours and town halls. So there are come and go site tours this Saturday from 1 to 4. So if you want to go check that out, you can do that.
Well, what site? I mean, is it potential sites to build on? What does that mean?
I'm not the one that's knowledgeable on this. Maybe you should. Ask on Thursday. No, I believe that it's the sites of what the issues are so that you can actually see those with your own eyes. I believe that that's what it is the site tours of the existing buildings.
So we might just be teasing the Thursday Rose and Ben show because we'll have the guy to answer all of those questions and more on Rose and Ben on Thursday morning at 11 a.m. So you're really going to want to dial that in.
Absolutely. And then, it's summertime. Summertime is here. It's not coming. It's here. Congrats to all the graduates out there who made it through your schooling, and you might be moving on to your next schooling, moving into a job, whatever it is that is going on. Congratulations to you. But for those who have not graduated yet, they might be looking into summer camps. There are lots of summer camps, VBS things that are going on. We've got the flyers in the newsletter. Graceful Arts has art camp throughout the summer. Gulp and Gallop will be happening. That's where you can, school-age children can go pick up a meal throughout the summer. Like I said, lots of VBS. There is Ranger sports are not happening. Ranger sports are having lots of different camps. This summer, there's a baseball camp, there's a Ranger football camp, there's a basketball camp. There's just a little bit of everything. And then the summer reading program is kicking off at the library. In addition to that, talking on summer camps, Wendy Ford and Alva Schools have partnered together to bring the youth summer camps, those youth summer sports camps. Wendy Ford, it says it's powered by Wendy Ford because they have made a generous donation to sponsor those camps, and that's just amazing. Of course, if you're looking for a job, we've got all of those posted that we know about in our newsletter. So again, make sure that you are signed up for our newsletter and you can see all these things happening. We've got new movies coming out this week too on Friday. Sheep Detectives and The Mandalorian and Grogu. These are coming out on Friday, showing at Rialto, and there's still 3 other movies there at Rialto until then. Devil Wears Prada 2, Michael, and Mortal Kombat 2. So go support Rialto. We have such an amazing theater, and along with that, the snack bar that's always available. Someone was telling me the other day, that's the best popcorn. Like if you want to get your popcorn fix, you just have to go to Rialto and get that popcorn fix. So, I mean, if you're from around here, you know that. You're a local, you know that. Just like going to Taco Village, you know, if you're a local, you got to go to Taco Village. But if you're a local, you got to go to Rialto and get your snacks.
And you develop your own code with the people that work there. Like they know that when I'm ordering popcorn, the code is make it glow.
All right. Well, and hey, you know, I saw this last week, and I went to a graduation party, and they had a big thing of popcorn that they had gotten from Rialto, and then they had like all the fixings for it. You know, you get your sweet, you get your M&Ms that you put in there, and so you get your salty and your sweet, and anyway, and then if you end up with leftover, you just go make some popcorn balls, right? I mean, no waste here. Just keep on eating it. New form. So I think that's about all that's happening this week. I mean, there's always something else I'm sure that we're missing, but that's about all that I know about.
That's quite a bit. I mean, that is quite a bit. Yesterday was the commencement exercises for the seniors in Winoka. So they all walked the plank. Well, that's a different deal, but you know what I'm saying. Miss Winoka, Shay Wilson, was also one of the valedictorians. It's good to be pretty and smart, I guess. I don't have any idea, but it seems like it would be.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that you get it all, full package, right?
That's what I'm thinking. I love the way our communities become a community. This area is just so awesome. I put a proposal in just a couple of days ago for the upcoming Cimarron River Stampede, which reminds me that it's going to be rodeo season before long, huh, kid?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Is that a rodeo flyer over there? I don't know. I saw no, it's not even a rodeo flyer. But I was like, are there rodeo flyers out already? But it will. It will soon be rodeo season this summer, and you know, pool's about to open too. So I think that happens this coming weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and so long weekend there, and along with that comes the opening of the pool. I was trying to find that here real quick, so I'll try to find that exactly when that happens. If you want a pool pass, you can get that. I believe you go to the rec center and get that pool pass. But I may be wrong on that. You can always call City of Alva, and they will tell you exactly where to get that.
Well, thank you so much. Are we good again next Monday?
Well, I mean, it's Memorial Day, so let me see if my family is meeting or not. So I gotta see if my family's meeting.
Maybe we ought to go Wednesday. Let's check with our producer director. Do you think we ought to do Monday or Wednesday next week, producer director?
I'd say Wednesday.
The producer director says from his remote seat there Wednesday. So you want to just punt right now and promo it for Wednesday?
Let's say that. Yep. Sounds good.
So we'll remind you to drive carefully because it's a holiday. What holiday is it?
It's Memorial Day on Monday.
I was just kidding. Just kidding. I'm glad it's not Christmas yet. It's 2 weeks to Christmas, so we got that going for us.
Halfway there.
My life is just on blast going through. So Memorial Day next Monday, and then we'll be back with Chamber Chats on Wednesday. So for all of us here, this incredible staff and those behind the scenes, if we had some behind the scenes, we would thank them, I promise you. We now return you to what we fondly refer to as regular programming.